Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
The purpose of your life, sister. What is the purpose of my life? People ponder this, right? Not really so much the meaning. Like, what is the purpose of your life? What is the reason you've been giving this life to live? Is it to get through things, get through school, which gets me the job, which gets me married, which gets me kids, which work for the weekend, which work for vacations, which save money, work for retirement, and then retire and die and live to pay bills? That could be one purpose. But here's what is clear to me. And here's something that really came to me as well too the other day. The more that I study, the more that I live what I teach here on the podcast, the more that I am around others that are like me, that inspire me, that are above where I want to be moving towards, is that the purpose of your life, sister, the purpose of your life is to affect others, which means you got to affect yourself first. It's you first. It's always been you first. The purpose of your life is to affect others. And if you want that to happen, you have to affect yourself first. So here's something cool I want to share with you today that I put out in a video, or a version of this. The Women Who Want More Facebook page. It is my free closed Facebook community, which I'll actually link up here in the show notes. It's called The Women Who Want More. And I talked about this in the video. I'm just saying, look, the way that you live your life, you want to affect others, you affect yourself first. And the way that you do that is you be who you are. It is your way of being, sister, that influence other people, not your words, not because you did something once or twice, or you did some big thing. It is how you live your life. It is your way of being. And I think for you and a lot of the other sisters listening to this podcast right now, you don't realize your ability you have to impact, influence, and inspire other people simply by your way of being. So how does that look? Well, think of the way that you show up as a wife. How are you inspiring, influencing, and impacting your children right now? The way that you show up in your marriage is the way that you can do that. Are you modeling for your children, if you are married, the way that marriage can be? What are they seeing? And if they're not seeing the way that you really want to model marriage for your children, then what needs to change, sister? See, we get this. Those of us that are mothers here listening to this podcast right now, if that's you, sister, it's like we got little sets of eyes watching every single move that we make. You know your kids are like elephants, right? Like they never forget things that they've seen, things that you've said. And yes, just recognize you are going to fuck things up from time to time. It's going to feel like it's every day some days. It's okay. But how are you showing up in your marriage for your kids to see, right? Your way of being. When I go to pick up my youngest son at daycare, or my oldest son on a Friday, which is our regular date night, unless one of us is traveling, and we'll say, boys, we got to get back home. Sitter's coming. We'll know which one of our babysitters is coming tonight. It's Adrian tonight. It's Lee's. And what does that mean? You get to get pizza. Yeah, how exciting. On a Friday, we get the pizza once a week. And that means we have a date night. And so if I say this around other adults, they're going to be around other women. They're like, do you guys do that every Friday? I'm like, yep. Like, oh, we should really do that. Or, wow, how do you do? I mean, sometimes I get the question. Sometimes it's just kind of like oh, I could never do that. And I would say the majority of women that kind of overhear me speaking to my children they're inspired, right? The way that I show up in my marriage affects others. And it most certainly affects my children, most importantly. So how does that way of being show up for you in your business? Well, I can tell you right now, I mean, look at you, whether this is the first time you've listened to this podcast, or it's let me see, what episode is this coming out? 283 or 4, somewhere in the 280s. Whether you've been following me on Facebook for a little bit of time or for a long period of time, whether you know me or don't know me, or think you know me, you are following the way that I live my life. The content that I have, this podcast, Facebook posts, Instagram, the things that I create, it's my life. It's the things that I've experienced. It's the things that I have known to be true for me that has worked, and I share that with you. Right? It's the simplest and most impactful way for us to actually influence, impact, and affect other human beings. Hey, this worked for me. And listen, you innately do this anyways. Oh my God, I just read this most amazing book. You got to read it. Oh my God, you got to listen to this podcast. Oh my God, you have to go to this restaurant. Except I take it to a bigger level because I've really dug deep over the last couple decades, and fast forward on that over the last 2.5 years, and I've really figured some shit out, which is what I share here in the podcast. I teach you how to show up powerfully in your life, in the 4 more pillars, in your marriage, in your business / work, in your body, in your family. And I share that here. It's my way of being. It's how this is me. Me is me is me. It's funny when I get on the phone, when they're applying to coach with me through my group mastermind or one-on-one coaching, and we'll be like, oh my God, you sound just like you do in the podcast. Yeah, I know. It's not a fucking act. Like, it's me. It's me. It's the same Karen. You're going to get on the phone, in person, if you ever hear me speak, come to one of my events, you watch a video, it's me. It's not an act. This is me. My way of being, the way that I show up, it matters to me. Because I know there's not just my little 2 pairs of eyes, my 2 sons that are watching me. It's everybody. And isn't that the most amazing thing? Purpose of your life is to affect others. You don't have to do anything. You just have to show up as yourself, sister. Give yourself permission to do that. I'm going to encourage you to stop showing up as you think you should be, as you think if others will accept you, as you think is just accepted in society, and simply show up as you. And here's the crazy shit about that I've mentioned before in the podcast. If you've been listening to this for a while, so few people actually do this because they're so afraid of what other people will think. They're so afraid of people laughing at them. They're so afraid of failing or success that they just won't. They'll put on a mask, put their best face forward. How are you? I'm fine, good. Or just this robot going throughout life and never show up as themselves. Which, number one, is stifling. I know, because I've been there before. And the flip of this, sister, when you truly show up as who you are, oh my fucking God. Number one, watch what you create for your life. Number 2, watch how you affect, influence, inspire, impact others. And number 3, welcome to freedom. Welcome to freedom, sister. So here's your more tip for today. Knowing that the purpose of your life is to affect others. You know I like action. You know I like the one thing. But here's what I'm going to have you do. For 10 minutes, I'm going to have you journal. And just put at the top of your page, the purpose of my life is to affect others. And just start writing and see what comes up. There's amazing stuff that happens when you put pen to paper. When you don't hold back, when you don't censor, when you don't pretend anymore and lie. See, the reason I can talk to you this bluntly, sister, the reason I can be this forthright and knowing what's going on in your head is because I've been there too. So I know where you are. I've been where you've been in your marriage. Maybe not exactly that, but I've been in a similar space. I've been in that place financially with my business. I've been in that place with my kids. I've been in that place with my body. Like, I get you. So the top of that page, purpose of my life is to affect others. Journal for 10 minutes and really see what comes up for you from this. You start to listen to the voice inside, sister. Oh. The insights you get about you is tremendous. You don't need any answers on the outside. They're all on the inside. All they're waiting for you to just peel back the curtain, peel back all the layers, and just simply start showing up as you, affecting others, which is the purpose of your life, and you affect you first. So listen, sister, you can listen to the podcast and string all these more tips together and get like incredible shifts in your life. But the reality is that most of you will not do that. That's fucking hard. So this is why I created the sisterhood. It's a community of women that are just like you, committed to power, committed to change, committed to doing the work in the 4 more pillars: marriage, business, body, and family. Have the association of others that are like you, access to me as a powerful coach inside the sisterhood, and an action plan. I actually give you a plan, steps on how you can actually put what I teach into action. And it's much easier to do that when you're on other women that are just like you, sister. So that's over at drkarenosborn.com/sisterhood. And you can actually sign up for your free 7-day trial today. Okay, I'm not going to offer this forever, the free 7-day trial. So get this now before it bumps up. In addition, if you want to take what I'm actually teaching and put some steroids into this, like really move it forward quickly, then here's what you need to do. You need to get a ticket for Women Wanting More live. It is a 1-day event, Saturday, June 10th, 2017 in beautiful Victoria, BC, Canada, where I live. And we will do this work in a group with 149 other women that are just like you, sister. Oh my gosh, being at an event, it's taking this that you're learning in the podcast. See, the next step is the sisterhood. And then after that, if not in addition, because a lot of women in the sisterhood actually come into Women Wanting More Live, is to get to a live event. That'll get you there fastest. So you just decide, sisterhood slower, live event fastest. Which one is going to work for you? So that's over at drkarenosborn.com/live, LIVE. So I will talk to the next episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborn.com/newsletter.